Imagine you're in a dark room, completely dark. Not the kind of dark where your eyes adjust, the kind where they never do. In front of you, a single point of light appears, just one tiny dot floating in the void. It starts to drift, slowly at first, then more. You watch it. You follow it. You're certain it's moving. But it isn't. The light hasn't moved even a millimeter. It's been perfectly still the entire time. Your brain invented the movement. And here's where it gets strange. If you were sitting next to someone else watching the same light, you'd both start seeing it move the same amount. Not because either of you found the truth, but because you talked. And once you agreed on something, you couldn't unsee it. In 1935, a social psychologist named Muzafer Sherif ran exactly this experiment. Dark room, stationary light. Participants alone first, then in groups. Alone, their estimates varied wildly. Some saw the light drift 2 inches, others 20. But once grouped together, something happened. The outlier estimates collapsed inward. People converged. They didn't just agree publicly, they actually began perceiving the same movement. Sherif called it norm formation. He wasn't trying to explain markets. He wasn't thinking about Wall Street at all, but he just described every stock market crash in history. Here's the problem with financial markets. Nobody actually knows what anything is worth. Not really. A stock is worth exactly what someone else agrees to pay for it. The moment that agreement shifts, everything shifts. The entire system is built on shared belief, which means it has the same weakness as that dark room. When things get uncertain, humans don't look inward. They look sideways. They watch what other people are doing, and then they do the same thing. This sounds rational. It often is. If 1,000 investors are selling, maybe they know something you don't. Copying them feels like wisdom. But here's what Sherif's experiment actually proved. People conform even when nobody knows anything. Even when the light isn't moving, even when the signal is pure noise. They converge anyway because uncertainty feels unbearable and agreement feels like truth. Now put that psychology inside a system where everyone can see everyone else's moves in real time. October 1929. Stocks had been climbing for years. Then cracks appeared. A few experienced investors got nervous and quietly began selling. Prices dipped. Others noticed the dip. They didn't know why prices were falling, but prices falling was itself information. If other people were selling, maybe they should too. So they sold. Now more people noticed, more sold. Prices fell further. Now the signal looked obvious, undeniable. A cascade that felt like consensus but was built from fear, mimicking fear mimicking fear. Sherif's subjects saw a light move. They told each other how far, and eventually everyone in the room agreed on the same wrong answer, and couldn't be talked out of it. The participants in 1929 saw prices fall. They told each other through their sell orders, and eventually the entire market agreed on the same wrong answer, that everything was worthless. Stocks lost 90% of their value. Not because 90% of value had disappeared, but because shared belief had. Here's the part that should unsettle you. This isn't a flaw in certain people, it's not a failure of intelligence. Sherif's subjects were college students, educated, thoughtful. It didn't matter. The dark room removes your reference points, and in the absence of certainty, your brain outsources reality to the group. Markets are dark rooms, always have been. And here's where it gets recursive. Knowing this doesn't protect you. The participants in Sherif's follow-up experiments were told afterward that the light wasn't moving. Some of them understood it intellectually. Then they went back into the dark room, and the light moved again. Because knowing a bias exists and being free from it are different things entirely. Every financial crisis since 1929 has followed the same architecture. The dot-com crash, 2008, COVID's market collapse in March 2020, which erased trillions in 33 days before recovering almost completely within months. The assets didn't change. The shared belief changed. A dark room. A drifting light. A group discovering the same wrong answer together. Sherif was trying to understand how tribes form opinions, how social norms are born. He found that reality itself, what we see, what we believe, what we're certain of, is partly a negotiation, a social contract written in the nervous systems of everyone around us. What he accidentally discovered is that human beings are not individuals making independent choices. We are receivers, constantly scanning the group, calibrating our reality to match the people nearby. In the savannah, this kept us alive. If everyone in your tribe started running, you ran too. You didn't stop to verify the lion. In a market, everyone starts selling. You sell too. And sometimes there was no lion. The modern financial system has circuit breakers, cooling off periods, and volatility controls, all of them attempts to interrupt the cascade before the darkroom takes over, because the architecture underneath hasn't changed. Same primate brain, same reflex, same darkroom. There's a light in front of you right now. Stocks, housing prices, cryptocurrency, the value of your own work and future. You watch it, you follow it, you're certain of what you see. But certainty, Sherif found, is sometimes just two people agreeing in the dark.